The concept of egoism has always been a controversial topic, especially when it comes to the workplace. While some people argue that being egoistic can help you achieve success and reach your goals, others believe that it can harm your relationships with coworkers and prevent you from being a team player. In this article, we will explore the pros and cons of egoism at work and provide some tips on how to balance your own interests with those of your colleagues. First, let's define what we mean by egoism. Egoism is the idea that individuals should prioritize their own interests and well-being over those of others. At work, this could mean focusing on your own goals and accomplishments, even if it means stepping on others to get ahead. On the other hand, altruism is the belief that individuals should act in the best interests of others, even if it means sacrificing their own needs and desires. So, should you be egoistic at work? The answer is not a simple yes or no. There are certainly some benefits to putting your own interests first. For one thing, it can help you achieve your goals and advance your career. If you are constantly looking out for opportunities to improve your skills, take on challenging projects, and build your network, you are more likely to succeed in your career. However, there are also drawbacks to being egoistic at work. For one thing, it can harm your relationships with coworkers and make it harder to work effectively as part of a team. If you are constantly focused on your own needs and accomplishments, you may come across as selfish or arrogant, which can turn off your colleagues and make them less likely to want to work with you. Another downside of egoism is that it can lead to short-term thinking. If you are always focused on achieving your goals right now, you may not be thinking about the long-term consequences of your actions. For example, you may take shortcuts or make decisions that benefit you in the short term but harm your team or organization in the long term. So, how can you balance your own interests with those of your colleagues? Here are some tips. 1. Set clear goals and priorities. One way to balance your own interests with those of your colleagues is to set clear goals and priorities for yourself. This will help you stay focused on what you want to achieve while also being mindful of how your actions impact others. 2. Communicate with your colleagues. Another important way to balance your own interests with those of your colleagues is to communicate openly and honestly with them. Let them know what your goals are and how you plan to achieve them, and ask for their input and feedback. 3. Look for win-win solutions. When you are working on a project or task, look for ways to create win-win solutions that benefit both you and your colleagues. For example, you may be able to take on a task that your colleague doesn't enjoy in exchange for them taking on a task that you don't enjoy. 4. Be willing to compromise. Finally, be willing to compromise when necessary. If you and your colleagues have different priorities or goals, try to find a middle ground that works for everyone. This may require some give and take on both sides, but it will ultimately lead to a better outcome for everyone involved. In conclusion, egoism can be both a blessing and a curse at work. While putting your own interests first can help you achieve your goals and advance your career, it can also harm your relationships with coworkers and lead to short-term thinking. The key is to balance your own interests with those of your colleagues by setting clear goals and priorities, communicating openly and honestly, looking for win-win solutions, and being willing to compromise when necessary. By doing so, you can achieve success while also being a team player and building strong relationships with your colleagues. Thanks for watching, have a nice day and bye.